very much, and good to have you here on Asaase Radio.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
inviting us.
All right. So I'm speaking with the parents of one player who plays for Bournemouth. In fact, he went on loan to Leighton Orient. Currently, he's actually a Bournemouth player, uh, born in the UK to Ghanaian parents. And so the question has always been, is Daniel going to play for the Black Stars or is going to play for the English national team? Now, those are the questions that a lot of people are asking around, wanting to know where his allegiance will be. Okay, so we are privileged to have the parents join us today for us to look deeper into his career and where he could be heading in terms of international football. And so I have the mother and father of Daniel Adu Adjei with me this morning here on Asaase 99.5. Sir and madam, good to have you.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, so let me begin with you, Daddy. Tell us about Daniel.
As you're saying, I'll start from a bit from his beginning. We took him to one of the under fives playing. They used to play football because he was causing a lot of problems in the house. So my wife said to me, take him there, let him go and play football so that he won't cause problems in the house, which we used to pay £5 a section. So we took him every Saturday there. But when most of the parents saw him there, they thought that he was got some talent. So they always recommend taking him to one of the teams, proper teams, so that he would start playing this football. So he was invited by one of his friends for a birthday party. And when he went there, in our place, they used to have scouts moving around to see some of the boys. So they used to pop into most of the birthday parties. And some of them work at the place as well. Okay. So when they saw him moving around, kicking the ball around, they thought that he was got some talent. So they introduced us some teams like Tottenham, okay, Arsenal, and Brentford.
Right.
We don't know much about how the academy works in our place. So we were taken into those places, and they have got a development side and the elite side.
Right.
So when they first pick you up, they take you to the development side to see your standard of qualities or your standard of play. So when they saw him from Tottenham, they used to go there every Friday or every Tuesday, one of the days. Then Brentford was on Saturdays. So what they do over there, the teams will try and convince you that, look, bring your son to us. We have good kind of training for him to process into the first team. So after talking to Tottenham and Arsenal, we decided to take him to Brentford. So he was able to get into Brentford team.
Was it that Brentford offered a better opportunity, or he was not going to get that development that he needed with Arsenal and Spurs?
Yeah, after speaking to the three teams, we thought that Brentford have got better
facilities.
No, really, when it comes to facilities, I would say Tottenham and Arsenal.
Okay.
But when it comes to the coaching and the chances,
right,
and the patience they have for the boys, Arsenal is a top team. Obviously, you know that they will not have patience for you. So for them, they will try and take you and try to give you more chance to develop without any pressure. So we thought that it's good for our boys. So we took him there. That's the main reason that we took him there, for the patience and the time that they will give him to develop.
Okay.
So we took him there, and obviously it worked for us.
Okay, so he was at Brentford up until what age?
He was at Brentford up to 11.
Okay.
Then I think from year 10, from under 10, I would say, Fulham was looking for him.
Okay.
Underground.
Okay.
We didn't know anything because over there, things are not done like over here, I would say. Okay. So they will speak to both teams will speak. So in the process of doing that, Brentford was about to shut because I think they were not happy with the academy.
Okay.
So someone told Fulham that, look, don't bother too much of paying any compensation to him. we know the parents, which that man knew my wife very well. I knew the mother very well, so don't bother yourself too much. Whatever happens, I'll contact them and I'll speak to them, so things will be all right. So he was the one that told us that this was going to happen. Brentford is going to close.
Yeah.
We doubted it, but eventually it happened. Yeah, they closed the academy for that period of time. So Fulham took him from there.
Yeah.
So from 11 to 16, he was at Fulham. They're playing his football. But they offer him a better opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did he end up at Bournemouth?
So Fulham, he had injury. Not injury, but, you know, when they're growing up, they have something called
Growing pains.
growing pains.
Okay.
That sometimes it limits your ability and your effort because it's so painful. When the bones and everything are growing, it's so painful that you cannot do what you were doing. Because anything that you do, even turning around, but for him, unfortunately, it happens to, the growth was on his waist. So the waist, he can't turn, and he was a striker. He can't turn a lot. So when we were 16, they give a scholarship. From 9 to 15 is like a normal thing. But 16, you're entering to making a decision that I want to be a footballer, professional footballer. Because from 9 to 15 is the government that, no, even still, scholarship is the government. So the government will pay for the team to look after the boys, which they give them more opportunity. Not the team paying any money or putting any kind of expenses on it. It's the FA. They invest on them. So when you are 16, they give you a scholarship, which from there they will start paying you money. Not much, but it's still the FA that will pay something for your living. It's good money as well. So Fulham make a decision on the boys.
Okay.
And from there you have to stop a bit of education though.
Right.
So Fulham said that no. The way we look at it, you cannot fit into our plans. So they released him, I would say.
Okay.
So he went to Bournemouth for try, and Bournemouth picked him there. So that's where he ended up Bournemouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been at Bournemouth for how many years?
Bournemouth, he was there from the year 2000, 2020.
Okay.
Is it 2021?
He was 16, so when he went,
19 now.
he's
19
19,
now.
so 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, yeah.
Okay.
So like 2021 up to now.
Yes.
But I'll get back to you. But let me come to you. How is it like being a parent of a footballer in the UK, especially?
Very difficult. Because when he was doing his training in Brentford and Fulham, I mean, my husband can speak a lot about him. William spoke a lot. I was the person who was doing all the training, doing the rounds, because I would drive him everywhere he has to go. So I have to stop working. I have to cut down on my job. So instead of working 5 days a week, I was only doing 3 days because I really wanted him to achieve something. And people were telling me that, look, he's got something. So you have to give him time. And you have to have your effort and time, encouragement, the support, which it was very difficult because looking at your child who wants to achieve something and trying to build something. I mean, it wasn't like a smooth journey.
Right.
You know, there's a rough journey. Sometimes we get rough patches. But as a mother to a footballer or having a boy I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him to achieve what he's achieved. And it's hard as a parent. It's difficult on us. Very, very difficult.
Now it's getting to a point where a major decision has to be made, or the Three Lions or any of the age teams in the UK or in England. You as parents, what's your preference? Where would you like to see Danny play?
Right.
For Ghana or for England?
That is a big decision. When he was in under 15, he went to England camp.
Okay.
So they took him, and that camp, it took about a week to stay there. So they went to where the first team plays in England, St. George's, which we were invited to come there. It was unbelievable. We went there, we're thinking, wow, FA must be spending so much money into this. So our decision was we would prefer him to be in England because he fitted in with them. which we were so proud of him to be in England as well. Then we start getting these calls from Ghana people as well, because they heard of him. Exactly. And they thought Kwabla Dueje is a Ghanaian. And every time he plays a match and we get the picture of him, I don't know how Ghanaians newspaper too gets hold of a Ghanaian boy plays in AFC Bournemouth, which he's not a Ghanaian boy, but because of the name, they changed the subject from English to Ghana. So at the moment, for him, I think he can't work out where exactly he wants to fit in. Okay, so we had a lot of people Ghanaians contacting us. We got the England side too, that he's really looking forward to that too. So whoever comes, or at the end when he makes the decision, because we can't make that decision for him.
No, but let me draw you in because you're the daddy.
Yes.
Whatever it is, the collaboration would have to come from him. But you are the head. If you had the opportunity to advise him on which side to go, what would go into your considerations in whichever choice you make?
As a parent, I mean, Ghana is our roots, no matter what it is. So, and we are here, isn't it? If you don't love the country, you will not come here. So obviously, I would prefer him to play for this country. But as my wife says, most of it is his decision. We will convince him as much as we want, but it's his decision. Which he was here last year though, but which he loved the country as well. So it's his decision.
So just maybe if he's in a dilemma and you are to ask him to choose one, you would ask him to play for that.
Yes.
Maybe we would ask him to play for England.
I think so. Because I've heard a lot of stories. I'm my kind of person. I like to make inquiries about things, and I would like to know what is involved if my son is playing for Ghana. And the stories I've heard, some are good, some are not good. And when he came, he was happy to be here. But the thing he said was, their style of playing is completely different. And also, unfortunately, maybe the ground he went to wasn't good enough, because he's thinking, why is it so dry? Everything here is so dry. The ground was not comfortable. So he was not really relaxed about it. And one thing I find with Daniel is he said, Mom, I prefer to play in the rain and snow than playing in the sun. So if you put him on the pitch and it's sunny in London, he can't perform as he wants to perform. So when he came here, he's like, is this weather going to be like this all the time?
Okay, so under the circumstances,
yes,
Ghana finds itself, the weather might just not suit him.
Exactly.
It has to be a consideration.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. But in a way, he's a Ghanaian boy. He feels like he's a Ghanaian. Okay. He knows he's a Ghanaian. He knows his roots is from Ghana, and he's trying to learn to speak Twi as well. So he loves the country. You can't deny him on that. So if it comes to a point that I said England, and he sat down and he said, Mom, I don't think your way is going to be my way, and I want to go to Ghana, I'll be fine.
Member from the GFA or something somewhere contacting
you? Not official, not yet. No.
But you had some people.
Yeah, but official, not yet.
Okay, but there are people who have been.
Yes. But official, not like they have come like Ghana official to come and see you and speak to you.
Are you expecting that to happen anytime soon? Rather think that you have to approach the FA and tell them that this is.
No, in life, everything happens when you take your time. So if it's meant to be, it will meant to be. But we will not push too much. But if everything speaks on the pitch. So if on the pitch is doing well, sure, yeah. If it's capable of helping Ghana to achieve whatever they want to achieve, that will be good. Yeah, but if it's not, then it's okay as well. So, at the end of the day, whatever happens is for him enjoying whatever he's doing in his life.
What's the feeling like when he won the academic player of the year at family? How was it like?
I would say as a family is when your child is doing well, it doesn't matter football, education, whatever your child is doing. You're pushing so hard to let your child achieve his dreams. So when things are happening in your child's life, the whole family is happy because what we started is trying to mature enough. So it's good news, and everyone in the family was very, very happy.
I mean, what we started, we never thought it would get to this stage. To my opinion, I thought we were just going to play football and then come out. But he's got a brother, elderly brother, who is a coach. So his name is Craig. And Craig had a belief in him. So he thought, you know what, I know he will make it to the end. So for him to win the academy of the season, player of the academy of the season, I mean, I don't think he expected that to happen. Because he did so well when he went on the loan, which we were there with him all the time because Leighton and where we live is quite close. So we were watching him all the time. But for him to come out like this, I think the achievement made him realize who he is. Because Daniel is a very private person, very, very private person. And he doesn't see himself as he's better than everyone, So for him to win that, he thought, me? And we said, yes, you are doing well. But he can't see that he's better,
There's more room for you.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. So that's how he is.
Okay, so how are you instilling that cultural, how do I put it, that cultural identity and heritage to him? In fact, the Ghanaian way. Because yes, like you say, he's a Ghanaian, nobody can take that thing away from him. But he was not born in Ghana. How are you experiencing instilling that heritage and cultural?
Yeah, that's a good question. But no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, your root is your root. So as the mom said, that we're trying to, number one, speak the language. He has been in Ghana for about four times. So he's learned a lot from the culture as well, and we're trying to teach him how things are in our lives as well. When I wasn't born in London, I was born in Ghana. I have a chance to travel over there and live there. So what I was trying to impart in him was what I saw when I was growing up. So I used to tell him a lot of things about what happens while I was growing up. So it's something that we are trying to put into him, So,
Yeah. He tried. When he came, he managed to try and eat something like fufu and banku. But that's not his favorite food. Because, of course, when you're in the football, there's always a special diet that you have to stick to. So when we're coming here, we make sure that we stick to the same food that they give, because they give them program when you're off season. So you know what food you'll be eating and what to drink. So Ghana food, yes, he tries, but it's not something that it's his favorite. It's not.
Right, listeners, I'm talking to the parent of a Ghanaian footballer. In fact, he's based in the UK, was born in the UK with Ghanaian parents. His name is Daniel Adu Adjei. He plays for Bournemouth. Last season, he was on loan at Leighton Orient, and so he's back to the mother club. Fortunately, we have the parent here with us on Asaase, and so we are talking to them about the player, the prospect that he has, and what it will take for him to play for Ghana or England. And so that's what we are talking about. I'm sure he will be concluding this interview, but subsequently, Daniel Adu Adjei himself will be on our network. We'll be speaking to him as well. So you keep listening to us. I'll say anything on panel. Now, I know there's going to be pressure, as parents, and expectations, are so high on you as parents. Having a child in the public eye like that, how do you deal? I mean, somebody in professional sports, how do you deal with it?
Well, me personally, even though he's on social media and he's in public eye and everything, when Daniel comes home, I try as much as I can to treat him like normal child.
Okay.
Okay. So he might be out there and be like a footballer, professional footballer, a man. But as soon as Daniel gets home, he acts like a child because he's the youngest. And he's got elder sister, he's got elder brother, so he's got Henrietta and Craig who supports him and everything. So I try to treat him like a normal child. So for me, even though he's on social media and everything, I don't see him as people see him. I see him as my baby. Exactly. And he's got an agent. He's got an agent as well. So the age.
Is he a black man, white man?
No, he's a white man, a Jewish guy who we've known for a long time, and he knew Daniel from beginning. So this agent is the one who deals with everything. We don't do much about paperwork or what his wages are or how much they're going to pay him or what bonus he will get and everything. We don't deal with that. We just stay back. And even though we even asked his elder brother to do that, Craig, and Craig said, I'm not going to be an agent. I'm his brother. I want to be his brother. And I want to encourage him and I want to support him, but I'm not going to be an agent. So he's got his own agent who they pay. He pays him as well. Yes.
Are there any plans to move him on from Bournemouth, or is he going to be playing in the Premier League next season?
There's a lot.
There's a lot, but because things are not finalized, it's not officially for us to. A lot,
Yes,
a lot,
yes.
a lot. Yeah, so we have so many Zoom calls even whilst we're here, but since nothing else, yeah. So under legal kind of issues, they cannot disclose that. Yeah.
Yes. So he's not going to stay in Bournemouth this season.
Smiling all the way to the back because huge bucks are coming, and I think Daniel is living out a dream of
Yeah.
It's going to be the dream of every
Yeah.
parent, and I'm sure he makes the home very, very excited. We are wrapping up, but what would be your advice to other parents who are nurturing, talents like that, athletes and footballers? What would you tell them? Because
Well,
you have lived closely with Daniel.
I should have let my wife speak a lot about this because she has really done well on that kind of issues. So I would say, when you have any child, it doesn't matter if the child has any interest in anything, all that you need to give that child any support that you can.
Yeah.
If it comes good, thank God for that. Even if it doesn't help, at least the child has enjoyed himself in what he thinks that he wants to do. So just give the child any support that you can.
And try and be there for that child, no matter what. Because I didn't expect this to happen, but I gave up my job to do it because people were telling me, or especially my son, the older one, Craig, was saying, I think, Mom, he's got something. You have to help him to develop this thing. So give the time to him. And I did. I gave up. I mean, it wasn't easy to begin with because you give up a job, you have to pay the bills, and William has to do most of the job and I have to try and support him. So driving around, taking him everywhere, doing whatever you have to do, it's not a joke. So as a parent, if your child wants to do anything at all, it doesn't have to be a football or anything to do with sports, but anything, please support your child and encourage them. Be there 24/7 for them because you don't know where that is going to lead to.
And the example is Daniel. Right?
Example is Daniel. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We're excited to have had you. And like you mentioned, we'll be speaking to Daniel himself.
Yes.
Anytime you are in Ghana, you're welcome to us. We are grateful for you. Congratulations for giving us Daniel. I am very much optimistic like we'll play for Ghana.
You have got a feeling that he will. Well, you will never know. You will never know. You never know. Thank you very much.